Students of English Literature class 10th, today our topic is village song that is composed by Sarojini Naidu. Students, we will study stanza number 3 and stanza number 4. In this lecture 2 English version lecture, we will study these two stanzas. Students, you know this poem is written in question and answer form stanzas. The third stanza, first stanza, is based on questions asked by mother, and stanza number 4, like stanza number 2, is the answer given by the daughter. Students, I have already told you in lecture number 1 that the village song by Sarojini Naidu is one of the greatest pieces of Indian poetry, showing the Indian motherhood and an approach by an Indian girl to her married, worldly and spiritual life. Student, the mother represented in this poem is very based on Indian culture, and she believes in marriage, but the girl is in a very pious mood. She gives answer to her mother like a saint with profound wisdom. Now students, let's begin stanza number 3. In stanza number 3, mother again addresses her girl child who wants to go to the forest, ignoring her marriage ceremony. Mother says, honey child, the world is full of pleasures. Students, you know the girl is not interested in her marriage. She is not interested in worldly pleasures. She wants to leave these pleasures and she wants to go to the forest. But mother is trying to attract her to the worldly pleasures, and she is trying to make her understand what is pleasure and what is luxury and what is comfort. Addressing her daughter as lovely child, she says that this world is full of pleasures. The need is just to step up to this side. Mother wants to realize the daughter of her bridal dresses, bridal songs and cradle songs and sandal scented leisure. She tries to make her daughter understand that this world is full of songs that are to enjoy. Cradle songs which she has already enjoyed in her childhood, sandal scented leisure, and there are so many luxuries and pleasures of life in this materialistic world. Your bridal robes are in the loom, silver and saffron glowing. She tries to attract her daughter, saying again that her dresses are going to be prepared and they are on the machines, looms. They are being prepared by the weavers. The color of her dress is silver and saffron glowing. Students, I have underlined this expression, and you can be asked this question: what do you understand by the expression silver and saffron glowing? Because silver and saffron glowing, this radiation of color, this intensity of color shows vigor, fire and energy of life, and marriage is related to this. That's why mother is realizing to emphasize the color of the clothes and says that her such clothes are going to be prepared and she should take care of them. She should not leave them after her, and she should not go to the forest. Your bridal cakes are on the hearth. Hearth means an oven on which cakes are baked. Or whither are you going? Students, in this stanza, a mother is asking and trying to check her daughter to stay there, and she does not want her daughter to go to the forest. That's why she is trying to make her recall the pleasures of bridal songs, the songs of cradle of her childhood, and the sandal scented leisure means the leisure of the world. And she tries to attract her to her bridal dresses, which are of saffron and radiant colors. She says the lunch is being prepared on the hearth, and she again asks where she was going. Students, again in this stanza number 4, The girl gives a answer to her mother, and her answer is like a scent, and she is ignorant to the pleasures of this world, and she ignores and she does not pay attention whatever is said by her mother. She says in her answer, the bridal songs and the cradle songs have cadence of sorrow. Students, these lines are very deep, and I have underlined this line. And this line says that all the pleasures of the world may be related to bridal songs, maybe to cradle songs. These are short lived, they can't live long. The thing that lives long is only the nature, the thing of beauty, and the thing that is given by nature. It means spiritual beauty is lasts long, otherwise everything decays one day. Students, this line indicates the mortality of everything of this world. The bridal songs and cradle songs have cadence of sorrow. Students, cadence means the falling note of a song. When the song ends, we make our voice less, less, and less, and it ends. That is cadence. According to the girl, these songs are the indication of the decay of life, and they make us realize that one day our life will be finished. The laughter of the sun today means the enjoyments and the brightness of today may be beautiful, but the wind of death tomorrow, but definitely they are going to be finished tomorrow. Means the things which appear to be very pleasant, very joyful, may be not maybe but sure to end definitely in the end. It means sorrows and difficulties and problems and death is an inevitable end of our life. Far sweeter sound the forest notes where forest streams are falling. Means in comparison to all these pleasures of the world, the sounds which seem sweet, the sounds which are very nice to hear, and these sounds are only and only from the nature, they are from the forest streams. Means the sound of the forest streams, gurgling sounds, murmuring sounds of water are the real pleasure of life. They shows the eternity of the world, they shows the eternity of the soul, because this will go on forever. This gives the real pleasure. So she is not attracted to the bond of marriage, she is not attracted to the pleasure of marriage, she is not ready to accept all the pleasures related to the materialistic world. Oh mother mine, I can't stay, the fairy folk are calling. She make her mother realize and addresses very sweetly and politely that she is not ready to stay because of the words of her mother there, to see her songs, to listen her songs, to see her robes, to eat the cake of her marriage, and to enjoy the pleasure of the scent and her dresses. So now she thinks, she tells her mother that she thinks the voices of the forest, she listens the voices of nature, and these fairy folk are calling. Means these folk of the nature are calling for her, that's why she is leaving, she can't stay there any longer. Students, the words of rhyming words are pleasure and leisure in stanza number 3, glowing and going, and in this way in stanza number 4, sorrow and morrow, falling and calling. Students, we will give you the assignment based on these underlined words and their expressions, and the questions based on these comprehensions, these extracts on our Instagram. You can go mehfooz.rehman.359. Students, I hope you like this lecture and you understand this poem very well. Please like, subscribe and share, and comment in the comment box if you have any query, any problem related to this question. You can ask and you can write in that. Now keep on watching Oracy classes of English language and please subscribe our channel. Thanks.